Super Ugly Sonic is the main villain, and he defeats Sonic, Tails, and Amy Rose in Sonic 4, the movie. When Dr. Robotnik Webera was stranded on the Mushroom Planet, he was not alone. Besides Agent Stone from Temu, there was someone else living there, Ugly Sonic. Long before Eggman arrived, he too had been abandoned on the Mushroom Planet. Just as Robotnik detonated his attempt at a spaceship powered by Sonic's quill, Ugly Sonic saw in the distance a massive dome of energy. He thought it was a ray of hope, a sign that someone had finally come to rescue him. But when he rushed to the site of the explosion to find a way out, Knuckles and his soldiers had already taken Eggman away. Ugly Sonic remained stranded on the Mushroom Planet for a long time. But who on earth is this Sonic from Temu, and why is there another ray on the Mushroom Planet? Let me tell you. 9 months before Sonic arrived on Earth, another hedgehog came from planet Mobius using golden rings. His name was Sonic. On Mobius, he had always been useless. But as in every story where extraterrestrial beings from distant galaxies are portrayed as superior to us, Ugly Sonic arrived with the mindset of becoming an idol. Yet, it backfired. Being uglier than hunger itself, whenever people saw him running at full speed, they thought he was the Blue Devil. Some even confused him with his mythical cousin, Sonic Furrow. Rejected time and again, every time he saved someone, they fled in terror, shouting that he was hideous. The final straw came when he saw the real Sonic arrive on Earth, sent by Longclaw, and within just 2 days, celebrated as a hero by everyone. Ugly Sonic realized that everything he had ever dreamed of was being taken away. Taking the last ring he had left, he decided to go somewhere where no one would judge him anymore. He chose the Mushroom Planet, throwing the ring off a cliff to spend the rest of his sad life there. But a stronger destiny awaited Ugly Sonic. 4 years after Robotnik escaped from the Mushroom Planet and continued wreaking havoc on Earth, during the events of Sonic 3, the movie, the explosion of the Ark colony where Dr. Robotnik Webera should have died unfolded. The explosion itself was a massive concentration of chaos energy from Shadow, who possesses chaos control abilities to teleport. Instead of dying, Eggman was transported randomly to another place he had visited before in his life. Like a lightning bolt falling from the sky, a new portal opened on the Mushroom Planet. Ugly Sonic, arriving as fast as he could, his life depending on it, encountered Dr. Robotnik Webera. At first, Robotnik was terrified by how hideous he was, but after learning his story, he saw in him the means to finally achieve victory against Sonic. Robotnik brainwashed Ugly Sonic by showing him recordings that proved both he and Shadow had died to save planet Earth from the Ark colony explosion, which was true. But he added the lie that the one who nearly destroyed Earth was Sonic himself. To support his deception, he showed footage of Sonic, filled with rage, forcefully snatching the emerald from Wade Whipple and using it to beat Shadow, who later had to sacrifice his life to save Earth. Faced with all these arguments, Ugly Sonic was consumed with anger. Indignant, he told Robotnik that they must immediately go to Earth and put an end to that bastard Sonic. Eggman, smiling, knowing in his mind that everything was now resolved, said to Ugly Sonic, "Don't worry, I have a plan that will work 100% if we work together." Eggman had no rings to return, and Ugly Sonic even less. But Dr. Robotnik Webera still had the remains of his previous combat ship, which had crashed with him on the Mushroom Planet since the end of Sonic 1. He also had access to an immense energy source that could be channeled through Ugly Sonic's quills. Eggman asked him for 50 of his quills, explaining that when they executed the first phase of their plan, they would face enemy company and would need an army. After receiving them, Eggman used each quill along with the wreckage of his ship to construct Metal Sonics, feeding them with a third massive chaos energy beam that awakened them all. This enormous pulse of energy was detected by the echidnas of Mobius, who sensed the disturbance from the nearby Mushroom Planet. They sent a squad of soldiers to investigate using their golden rings. But they were ambushed by Ugly Sonic and the 50 Metal Sonics entrusted to Eggman. Together, they stole all the echidnas' rings, giving Eggman and Ugly Sonic the means to return to Earth to finally finish Sonic.
Hey you! Don't forget subscribe!
Please subscribe to our channel!
Subscribe now!
All the echidnas were wiped out by Robotnik's forces, or so Ugly Sonic and Eggman believed. But the youngest of the echidnas had stayed hidden and returned to Mobius with the news. Immediately, they entrusted their best warrior to travel to Earth to prevent Ugly Sonic from causing more destruction there than he had already unleashed on Mobius. That warrior was Amy Rose. The terrible chaos Ugly Sonic had once brought upon Mobius would be revealed later, but for now, Amy traveled straight to Earth. There, she found Sonic already ambushed by 25 of the 50 Metal Sonics, while Dr. Webera and Ugly Sonic were nowhere to be seen. Just as Sonic was about to join Longclaw in the afterlife, Amy Rose unleashed her spinning hammer attack. With a single strike, she destroyed all 25 Metal Sonics, leaving not one active. Just as Amy Rose stood before Sonic, Ugly Sonic immediately appeared, revealing himself as the leader of the Metal Sonics. Without hesitation, he launched himself at Sonic and Amy with his powerful spinning attack, gravely injuring Amy, who fell helpless to the ground. Our Sonic, enraged at seeing this new hedgehog enemy harm his friend, declared, "This time, I truly cannot say this ugly one is anything like me. But I will not allow you to hurt my friends or my planet." They clashed with spinning attacks, repelling each other instantly, realizing they possessed the same level of power. Sonic then decided to increase his strength to 120%, unleashing an attack. Ugly Sonic could not evade. But Sonic did not expect Ugly Sonic to have a unique ability hidden up his sleeve. As Sonic charged with his spinning attack at 120% power, Ugly Sonic opened his mouth and released a diabolical breath accumulated over 4 years. At point-blank range, it penetrated Sonic's nostrils, causing him to collapse like a lifeless shoe, unable to move. And seriously bro, subscribe, it's totally free. Just as Sonic lay on the ground beside Amy Rose, Ugly Sonic approached, ready to deliver the final blow. As he charged his fist with pure electricity, Knuckles and Tails arrived, having just triumphed in a battle against 5 Metal Sonics. Attacking Ugly Sonic from behind, they rescued Sonic and Amy Rose. Now Team Sonic rested at Lord Donna's house, where Amy Rose explained everything. Ugly Sonic had arrived on Earth before Sonic, and the rejection he suffered filled his heart with darkness. Eggman later exploited that darkness to use him as a weapon. Sonic, furious, exclaimed, "I knew it. Robotnik is behind everything. But then, who is this Ugly Sonic? He looks like me but ugly." Amy Rose answered, "He is your cousin. Unlike you, he never followed the rules of Mobius. He didn't care about anything, and that was his downfall, when he abandoned the planet." Ugly Sonic thought he would be welcomed on Earth, but when things backfired, that led him to be manipulated by Eggman due to his emotional instability. When the Ark space colony explosion supposedly ended Eggman, instead, thanks to Shadow's chaos energy exposure and his chaos control abilities, Eggman was transported to the Mushroom Planet, where Ugly Sonic had been stranded for 4 years. Sonic declared that he could not allow Ugly Sonic to be used by Eggman to harm Earth, nor could they afford to hurt him either. As Sonic meditated to locate Ugly Sonic's chaos energy, they realized he was at the new hideout chosen for the Master Emerald. Sonic exclaimed, "It can't be! We cannot allow him to use the emerald!" But when they arrived, transported by their rings, they were met with a shocking sight. The once blue Ugly Sonic was still hideous but now golden. He had become Super Ugly Sonic. Without hesitation, he launched himself with a devastating spinning attack, ramming into the Sonic team and leaving them all sprawled on the ground. But something epic happened here. Through experience, our Sonic understands the chaos energy of the Emerald better than any other hedgehog. When he received that powerful attack from Super Ugly Sonic, he absorbed a portion of the energy, transforming into Super Sonic. And not only that, Shadow arrived to support him, having become the protector of Earth after his sacrifice. Now Super Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, Tails, and Amy Rose stood together, fighting against Super Ugly Sonic, who was clearly at a disadvantage. But Ugly Sonic took advantage, declaring that he was not alone. Behind him emerged an army of hundreds of Metal Sonics. To 4 of them, he shared part of his Super Ugly Sonic power, transforming them into 4 Super Ugly Metal Sonics. Once again, Team Sonic was practically defeated, but everything was about to change. Subscribe, because Sonic and Shadow clasped hands, And just as Super Ugly Sonic had shared his power with the Metal Sonics, Super Sonic shared his power with Shadow. And now, Super Shadow had transformed. Yet something epic happened here. By experience, our Sonic understands the chaos energy of the Emerald better than any other hedgehog. When he received that powerful attack from Super Ugly Sonic, he absorbed a portion of the energy, transforming into Super Sonic. And not only that, Shadow arrived to support him, having become the protector of Earth after his sacrifice. Now Super Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, Tails, and Amy Rose stood together against Super Ugly Sonic, who was clearly at a disadvantage. But Ugly Sonic proved more cunning than his hideousness suggested. While the Super Metal Sonics nearly overwhelmed Knuckles, Tails, and Amy Rose, Ugly Sonic absorbed their power to evolve further. Thus was born Hyper Ugly Sonic, with strength that doubled that of Super Sonic and Super Shadow. Just as Hyper Ugly Sonic charged at Team Sonic, his body could no longer withstand such immense power. Collapsing, he triggered a chaos energy explosion that devastated everything within a 13-kilometer radius. There lay Ugly Sonic, stripped of his transformation, on the brink of death. Sonic held his hand, transferring a portion of his own power to keep him alive, saying, "I don't know what Robotnik told you about us, but we are not your enemies, and neither are you ours. You simply lacked the luck we had, until now. Because if you want, you now have a new team. You have Team Sonic." Remember, this video is nothing more than a theory created by me, with much love and with the sole purpose of entertaining you. If you want more videos like these, please ask for them in the comments, and soon I will bring you the second part.